What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys all of the mods that I've done to the Jenny so far, because there's a lot. Also, I have a huge announcement to make during this video, and it is a big deal for me, and it is going to definitely affect the future of this car. But let's go ahead and jump right into the mod list. So I'm going to go from the front to the back, and then we'll go to the interior, and then last we'll do engine mods. So starting on the front, we have this front lip that I painted black. It looks really nice, and the front end of Jenny's definitely need a front lip. Next are these super aggressive canards that I put on the front. These are actually a custom piece that I built myself. Nothing out there on the market for Jenny's is really that aggressive when it comes to front end pieces, so I thought I'd develop my own. Next up are these fenders and these eyelids. These are both vivid forged carbon vinyl wrap, and I'm just a sucker for forged carbon. I absolutely love it. I like it more than carbon fiber, believe it or not. But I think it looks absolutely killer, and I wouldn't change a thing about it. I've also done a carbon fiber roof wrap. I'm going to be changing that to the forged carbon as well. I just haven't gotten around to that yet. I also did some black mirrors. The stock ones were obviously white to match the color of the car, and I think those look pretty good with the wrapped fenders and wrapped roof, because the Genesis stock already has a lot of black on it, like the grille and the hood vents and all sorts of little accents around the car. Also on the front end, I forgot I did a lower grille delete. It's a super easy mod, takes like 10 minutes to do, and it gives you that exposed intercooler look, which I really love. Also, I have race lane coilovers for suspension. That's why it sits so pretty. And I also had to replace my brake rotors at one point, so I went ahead and upgraded to some slotted rotors, which look pretty nice. All right, next up is the wheels. They are completely filthy right now, so forgive me. But these are Audhan DSO2s, and they give you that really nice deep wheel look. They have a huge lip on them. And for my specs, I'm running a 19 by 9.5 plus 22 in the front, and a 19 by 11 plus 22 in the rear. So out back, we have some pretty thick boys. And when it comes to tires, I'm running some Nexen N5000s. Now moving to the back, we have the track style spoiler. My Jenny actually didn't come stock with one of these, so it was added on after, but it's a nice looking wing, and it of course has that OEM fit and finish. Next are these Spec D taillights. Now these are probably my absolute favorite taillights for the Genesis. I know a lot of people like the Eagle Eyes and stuff like that, but I tend to stick more towards the Spec Ds. And they're also sequential, and I absolutely love that about them. And they have that really nice clear lens look with the white internals that match the white paint of this car, which I think looks absolutely amazing. Now moving towards the bottom of the car is actually where stuff starts to get really special. So moving down here is actually my custom diffuser. And now this is where the huge announcement comes in. If you could see right here, there's actually a logo on the side of this diffuser. I am actually going to be starting my own aero brand. And all of the custom pieces you've seen on this car so far, that being the diffuser and the canards up front, were actually built by me. And I'm actually going to start offering these to people who want them. I'm also going to be doing custom aero for people, so if you want to design and build your own diffuser, I can handle that for you. Because to me, custom pieces are what really differentiate a car from the rest of the cars out there. So if you guys are interested in getting your own custom aero or the diffuser or the canards on this car, make sure to hit up the Instagram at INFNTE Official. I'll put the Instagram up on the screen. Make sure to shoot that Instagram a DM if you guys are interested. All right, next up is the ISR race exhaust. My full exhaust setup is actually an ISR02 housing, J2 engineering race pipe, and then an ISR race catback. It's really loud. It's practically a straight pipe. It only has one resonator on it. I like the sound of it. It definitely sounds better in person than it does on camera, although it is a little too loud for my taste, so I'm going to be changing my exhaust setup sometime soon. So if any of you guys want this ISR race exhaust, make sure to hit me up. But in case you're curious, I'll give you guys a quick listen. Alright, now moving to the interior, this is where even more custom work has been done. So most notably is going to be this NRG steering wheel and quick release. One thing I learned is that a new steering wheel does not just change the look of your car, it definitely changes the driving feel a lot more than you would think. Next up is going to be this custom work that I did to the dash. I wrapped the upper gauge bezel and the lower dash in Alcantara because I think it looks really nice and gives you that sort of luxury supercar feel. And right below that, you guys can see these diamond stitch floors. These look super nice, and a lot of people were really like these. I get compliments on these all the time. Next is going to be the interior wrapping I have done. I've done the center dash in carbon fiber. I've done the door handles in forged carbon, and I'm probably going to be changing the center dash to forged carbon as well, just to match the whole theme of the outside of this car. Also, this car is the 8-speed auto, and if you get the 8-speed, you really don't have a lot of options if you want to change your shift knob. So I did some conversion, and I put the manual center console on, so I can put a nice leather shift boot on it, and then I got an auto conversion kit that allows you to thread on shift knobs. It's a very small thing, but it actually does a lot more for the interior than you would think. All right, now let's move up to the engine. Alright, so for the engine, there's not a whole lot done to it, but the main thing is actually something you guys can't see, and that's going to be the SFR Stage 1.5 tune. This tune does a lot, and I recommend it over every other can tune out there. It ups the boost so you get a little more power, you get launch control, and you get pops and bangs, which sounds really wild. Based off my butt dyno, I'd say this car is probably making somewhere in the really low 300s, maybe like 305, 310. But other than that, I custom painted the crossbar, this really nice iridescent red. I'm probably going to be doing a lot more things in the engine bay this color because I think this looks super awesome. And then we have an engine intake. This probably doesn't do that much for performance, but you do get some nice sounds out of it. Speaking of nice sounds, this is a tile styled blow-off valve. This isn't a genuine tile. This is actually just an eBay replica, but it works, and it works really well, so I see no reason to change it, and of course, it sounds awesome. And I know I mentioned this earlier, but now that you can kind of see it down there, there's the O2 housing, and the reason I want to mention the O2 housing is, although it's just an exhaust part, it gets rid of the cat that's stock right behind the turbo, and when you get an O2 housing and get a tune, it actually does a lot for the power of your car. You'll probably notice immediately that your turbo is going to be spooling up a little bit faster. So yeah, that pretty much does it. But that's everything done to the Gen so far. There's still a lot more to come. And make sure to check out Infinite, and I'll see you guys in the next one later.